I refer to Prime Minister Morrison's call to the New South Wales Police Commissioner about the criminal investigation into the Minister for Emissions Reduction. A spokesman for the Attorney-General, Christian Porter, has confirmed that he was in the room during the call. Why did it take 5 days to make that fact public, and why did the Prime Minister Morrison fail to advise the House that the Attorney-General was present for the phone call when he made a statement to the House 5 days earlier?
The questions that get answered are the questions that are asked.
So no answer.
Journalist for The Australian, Ms Nikki Sava, first revealed that Attorney-General Porter was in the room for the call, went on Insiders yesterday, and she said, and I quote, "I'm told that the Attorney-General, Christian Porter, sat in on that call while it was happening." Who briefed Ms Sava?
Well, let me tell you, I don't know who briefs journalists. I really don't.
On Insiders, Ms Sava said, and I quote, "Porter, as the first law officer of the land, should have told him not to make it, should have grabbed the phone out of his hand and said, 'Don't do this. It's not a good idea.'" Did the Prime Minister seek any advice from the Attorney-General about the appropriateness of his call to the New South Wales Police Commissioner?
It won't surprise you to hear me say that I disagree with Ms Sava. I disagree with Ms Sava. The phone call by the Prime Minister was entirely appropriate.
I refer to Prime Minister Morrison's call to the New South Wales Police Commissioner about the criminal investigation into the Minister for Emissions Reduction. A spokesman for Attorney-General Christian Porter has confirmed that he was in the room for the call. Were any notes taken of the phone call?
The Attorney-General was present during the call, and I am unaware of whether any notes were taken or not.
Did the Attorney-General or his office seek any advice about the appropriateness of the Prime Minister's call to the New South Wales Commissioner of Police? Did the Attorney-General give any advice to the Prime Minister as to the appropriateness of his phone call?
Thank you very much, Mr President. I'll take Senator McAllister's question on notice.
Can the minister explain how the Attorney-General judged that it was appropriate for the Prime Minister to call the New South Wales Police Commissioner about a criminal investigation into one of his own cabinet ministers?
Given I took Senator McAllister's preceding question on notice, I will also take
Senator
question on notice.
They don't like scrutiny. They don't like transparency, and they certainly don't like accountability. Australians have a right to know what occurred on the 26th of November. We should not have a situation where a Prime Minister repeatedly phones a police commissioner to interfere in an investigation, because it appears from the police commissioner's answered, he only answered on the 4th call. So we've got a PM of the country ringing up, ring, ring, oh, missed call, ring, ring, missed call, ring, ring, missed call, because he really wants to have a chat to the police commissioner about his mate. When the Prime Minister calls a head of an agency or a department, regardless of jurisdiction, there should also be a process that's followed. Well, this week we found out that the Attorney-General was also in on the call. Imagine that. Police Commissioner having the Prime Minister and the First Law Officer of the land on the phone to probe him about an ongoing investigation into a senior member of the Prime Minister's team. You see, justice must not only be done, it must also be seen to be done. People in this country need to have confidence in our criminal justice system, and that confidence can only be undermined when the most powerful person in the country and the Attorney-General involve themselves in a criminal investigation because it smacks of and looks like interference. And the fact that the Attorney-General can't come clean on this scandal really tells us everything we need to know about this dodgy government. It is a government that doesn't like scrutiny, a government that doesn't like transparency, a government that doesn't like accountability, and a government whose integrity is in tatters.